My name is Doug Parker, host of the Cruise Radio podcast, and today we're going to do a tour of Norwegian Pearl. Before we jump into Norwegian Pearl, if you like the video and you'd like to see more content, subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. So first, some basic information. Norwegian Pearl was launched in 2006. She's 965 feet long, carries 2,396 guests, has 15 decks, and 93,530 tons. Also, she is part of the Jewel class of ships, so she has three other sisters, Norwegian Gem, Norwegian Jewel, and Jade. On Norwegian Pearl, decks 4 and 5 are going to be staterooms, so we're going to go to deck number 6. That's going to be where the public areas start on this ship. And we'll start in the very front at the Stardust Theater, and we'll work our way back from here. The entrance to the theater on deck number 6 is cool because you go down this passageway of lights before you actually hit the theater. There are 2 levels where you can enter the theater on Pearl. You can come right here on deck number 6, and one deck above where the balcony seats are, you could also enter from up there as well. Deck number 6 entrance comes out of the casino, while deck number 7 comes right from the shops into the theater. Moving forward, we'll walk through the casino where you'll find plenty of tables, a bar, slot machines, everything you'll find in a casino, maybe a little bit of cigarette smoke, all that good stuff. You keep walking, and something interesting here, so the casino takes up a good part of the midship here on Pearl, but you walk out of the casino and you'll come to the Corona Cigar Club, and then that is just in they call it the bar district area or bar city. You're going to have Magnum's Champagne and Wine Bar in here. Also, Shaker's Martini and Cocktail Bar, and a whiskey bar, which I believe is called Malting's Beer and Whiskey, something like that, in this area. And then just opposite, on the other side, is going to be the Lee Bistro. That's the French restaurant here on Norwegian Pearl, and this is one that is extra. So if you have the dining package, it's included in the dining package. However, if you don't have that, you'll have to pay extra to dine here in the French restaurant. Walking back from the Bistro in Bar City, you're going to hit the Indigo main dining room. This is one of 2 main dining rooms on the ship, and they're both one story. So you have the Indigo main dining room here, and then you have a kitchen blocking the space, so you can't really get through to the back of the ship past the Indigo dining room. But then once you, transit to the back, however you want to get there, go up a deck or down a deck, there is the Summer Palace main dining room. This is the dining room that they use for their formal nights. Now, I know Norwegian is mostly freestyle dining, so there's not really a formal night per se. But this is the dining room you'll come to if you want to dress up for one of those elegant type nights. And with that said, we'll go up to deck number 7, which is the Promenade Deck here on Norwegian Pearl. What I like about this ship is that you can actually go all the way around the deck. So if you want to walk outside, you could start in one area and do a complete 360-degree lap of the ship, go across the front of the ship, go across the back of the ship, the port and the starboard, and there's no obstructions there. You know how some ships have, you can't walk to the bow of the ship? Well, there's a little tunnel on this ship, so you can actually kind of just transit through the bow of the ship. You can't see a view of the front of the ship from this spot, but you can still, do a complete lap of the whole ship on the track here. Inside, we'll start at the front of the ship, which is going to be the Stardust Theater. This is the second level of the main theater here on Norwegian Pearl. I also should mention that there are 3 banks of elevators on Pearl. There's 4 in the front, 4 midship, and 4 in the back. Coming out of the theater, you're going to walk into a whole lot of shopping. You can buy pretty much anything under the sun here, from cigarettes to liquor to a watch to a diamond ring. Just different boutiques in this whole area here. And then once you come out of all these shops, you'll come up to I like to call it the Asian spot on the ship, only because there's a sushi bar here, a sake bar, also the Lotus Green Asian restaurant. That's going to be mostly noodles being served in this area. And then the Teppanyaki, where they give you dinner and a show. The Teppanyaki place is part of the dining plan, so if you want to eat in here, you can use a dining credit for this spot. The Lotus Garden Asian restaurant, the noodle bar, that's complimentary throughout the cruise, and I suggest getting here as much as you can because it's super good. And the sake bar and sushi bar, that's all a la carte pricing for food and drinks. From here, you're going to walk back and go through a little hallway. Normally, the art auction stuff is happening in this little area. Most people just keep walking past that. And then you're going to come across the Crystal Atrium and Java Cafe. So a lot of stuff happening in here in the atrium. So this is like their atrium, every ship has an atrium. But here you're going to have guest relations. You're going to have the shore excursions area, another shop, which is, I think, a jewelry or diamond shop in this area. And then you're going to have a screen where the band can play and watch stuff on the big screen, as well as the Java Cafe and Bar. So coffees here, as well as liqueurs and different drinks in this area as well. You'll also find a staircase here. That staircase will take you right upstairs to the O'Sheehan's Bar and Grill, where you can get round-the-clock, free, complimentary, whatever you want to call it, included in the price of your cruise, food, and a bar up here as well that overlooks the atrium. Walking aft or walking back from the atrium area, you're going to come through a couple of long corridors. One side is going to be the art gallery, and one side is going to be the photo gallery. And then you'll come up to something really cool, actually, which I forgot that this ship even had this. But there's a nightclub, the Bliss Ultra nightclub, which actually has beds all in the nightclub, but that wasn't the cool part. The cool part was that it has a bowling alley in there. And I know a lot of cruise ships have bowling alleys these days, but it's always cool to see a bowling alley in a nightclub on a cruise ship. Like, what could possibly go wrong there, getting drunk people bowling? Deck number 8 is mostly staterooms with the exception of O'Sheehan's, and O'Sheehan's runs both on the port and starboard side midship of Norwegian Pearl. If you like O'Sheehan's and you want access to this place, you can do what I did. I booked the stateroom on, it was actually by default, but I will do it from now on. I booked a guaranteed stateroom and they put me on deck 8 aft. So it was a little hallway right behind O'Sheehan's. It wasn't loud or anything, but you have access to O'Sheehan's 24/7. Didn't require going up a step, down a step. Boom, you're right there at O'Sheehan's. And that's the only thing happening on deck number 8 here. Deck number 9, 10, and 11 are all staterooms with the exception of a really cool area on deck 11 forward. There is a bridge viewing room here. So it's go on deck 11, take one of the elevators, and just keep walking forward, and you'll run into this area where you could watch the people on the navigational bridge steer the ship, look at the charts, make the calls, watch the pilot. Everything's done right here, and you can watch it 24/7 if you want to. I mean, they really don't care, as long as you're not banging on the glass and acting like a fool. But that's a really cool spot on deck number 11. Up to deck number 12, you're going to have the fitness center and the spa and salon. The fitness center is going to be on your port side. One thing interesting about Norwegian, too, with their fitness centers, they never really have any that overlook the front of the ship. It's always on the port or starboard side. So it kind of gets you a little, well, at least me, being a runner, when I'm trying to run and the ship is going forward, but you're kind of running, looking at the horizon and not looking forward, it kind of messes with my mind a little bit. But that's just me, and I may be weird. But yeah, everything else in this area as well, you're going to have like your hair salon, your treatment rooms, and such as I mentioned. Walking outside of the spa area, you'll come to the pool deck. You'll have some hot tubs out here, a couple of pools, and a kid's splash area. A couple of restrooms that are poolside as well, and a grill, which is like your typical, hamburgers and hot dogs by the pool. Also, topsiders bar, that's where you're going to get your poolside drinks, and servers roam around here as well, taking orders for you if you don't want to leave your chair. They definitely packed as much stuff as they could on deck number 12, so we're going to kind of divide it up here. So if you're looking at the port side, you're going to have the Splash Academy Youth Center, also the Entourage Teens Club, and the Video Arcade. The opposite side of that is going to be the Garden Cafe. That's the buffet area here on Norwegian Cruise Line, and decent food here, a solid selection. They kind of change it up a little bit. You have your different options, and it goes back from the pool area all the way to the back of the ship, which they call the Great Outdoors. And then in this Great Outdoors space, there's also another buffet within a buffet, I guess you could call it, or an extension, really, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But the Great Outdoor has more of a hamburger and hot dog place right here on the back of the ship, and great views too. So if you want to, dine and look over the water, come out here to the back and eat at the Great Outdoors. A couple of moments ago, I said they packed a lot of stuff here on deck number 12, and they did, because just opposite of the Garden Cafe, on the other side is going to be the La Cucina Italian restaurant. That is their specialty for fee, F-E-E restaurant. It's included in the dining plan, so you can eat there if you'd like to, if you have their dining package, but it's not included in the cost of your cruise. Up one deck to number 13, you're going to find a mixed bag up here. Towards the back of the ship, you're going to have the basketball and tennis courts, also a little bit of miniature golf in the sports court. And then, just a little of this, little of that for some outdoor chess or deck games, shuffleboard, what have you. Jogging track up here as well. Really, so I should probably clarify. That's not really a jogging track down there on deck number 7 that you can walk around the whole ship. It's just a covered area if you want to avoid the sun. Midship on deck 13, you're going to have the Moderno. That's the Brazilian steakhouse where they come around and giving you chunks of meat off of a stick. You're also going to have the Sugarcane Mojito Bar and Cagney Steakhouse. Now, both Cagney's and Moderno, those are specialty restaurants. They are included in the dining plan if you do pick that as a perk. However, if you don't pick that as a perk, it is an a la carte option. As far as Sugarcane Mojito Bar, this can be used for a couple of different things. So if you have a reservation and your table's not quite ready yet, or if you're early, you could sit here and enjoy a drink. Or if you did not make a reservation, but you want to go standby or waitlisted, I guess they call it, you can hang out here and see if a table does open up for you. Forward of the dining, you're going to have the Sky High Bar and Grill, pretty much an extension of the bar that's a couple of decks below you, right by the pool. This one's just has a pretty much a better view and probably a lot better breeze than down there. And then all the way forward, you're going to have a chapel, which you don't see on a lot of cruise ships these days. I know that Carnival has them on their Spirit class ships, but they're slowly taking them out and converting them to a craft area. But yeah, you don't see a lot of chapels on ships anymore. The Spinnaker Lounge is all the way forward, though. That's kind of the lounge with the dance floor. The live band plays in here. It's actually a really big space. I was quite surprised because I thought the Bliss Nightclub area would be bigger, but it seems like this area is a lot larger than Bliss was. Up to deck number 14 forward, you're going to have a sun deck all the way in the front of the ship. Midship is going to be reserved for the Haven guests. So there is the Haven Suites with their private courtyard and exclusive area in the middle of the ship. And then all the way in the back on deck number 14 aft is going to be a rock climbing wall. This takes us to the final deck, and that's going to be deck number 15. Deck number 15 forward is going to be the Haven Sun Deck, so that's only, just for Haven guests, so the general public can't go up there. Midship, you're going to have the port side, a private sun deck for the villa guests, and then on the other side, the starboard side, is going to be a public sun deck, so I guess it's like the haves and have-nots up here, right? And then all the way back, you're going to have nothing, because that ends the ship tour. There's nothing deck 15 aft. If you like this tour of Norwegian Pearl and you'd like to see more cruise content, subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. You're the reason why I do make these videos. I've gotten a couple of emails telling me I'm going too fast. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, there's a gearbox down there, and you can actually make it half speed, so you can get all the information you want and make the video twice as long. I just try to give you as much information as I can in the shortest amount of time because I know people don't like long videos these days. My name is Doug Parker. I'm the host of the Cruise Radio Podcast and the Daily Cruise Radio News Briefs. You can find both of those where you listen to your favorite podcast. Just type in Cruise Radio or Cruise Radio News. So what do you think about Norwegian Pearl? Are you going to sail her, or have you before? Let me know in the comments below. She's a smaller ship and she doesn't feel too crowded, which I really enjoy on this Jewel class of ships. Thank you so much for watching.